beyond the line. In the shadow of an old cemetery, where centuries-old trees twisted into a canopy overhead, there stood a house. Old, overgrown, its walls flaking and damp with black mold. It looked like it had slipped out of another time, a gray mass clinging to the edge of the village, untouched for years. That's where Lila Morgan moved, alone. She came seeking solitude, silence, a reset, not after a tragedy, just after too much. At first, everything felt almost normal. The house was damp but manageable. The windows rattled in the wind, but the roof held. In the evenings, she drank tea and watched the outside darken. Sometimes, too quickly. But at night, it was different. Wrong. At first, it was just discomfort. The kind of silence that presses too tightly against the eardrums. Then came the sense, not a sound, not a shape, a presence, not in the house, near it. One day, someone moved into the house next door. She didn't notice it immediately. The windows were still dark. The fence half collapsed. Then there was a light, a figure, a man. Tall, dark hair, sharp features. He seemed to come out of nowhere. Every night, he left the house and walked the path that led into the cemetery. No flashlight, just him, fading into the trees. He never looked back. He returned only at dawn. Lila began watching him. She couldn't help it. Something about him pulled at her. Not fear, not exactly fascination. Something heavier. A weight in the chest that never quite left. One evening, he knocked on her door. No small talk, no smiles. Calmly, he invited her on a walk, said he had a surprise. She didn't ask why. She just went. Maybe she just wanted to feel something. They crossed the field, following a narrow, winding path through rows of leaning headstones. He didn't look back. She didn't speak. Deeper into the cemetery, they stopped in front of a crypt. Stone, partially sunken, covered in moss. He opened the door. Inside, it was cold. Empty. In the center, a gravestone. Her name was carved into it. Lila Morgan. Her birth date. Perfect match. No death date. She stepped back. He stood still, like he expected it. She ran. Through cracked headstones, crumbling tombs, sinking earth. Everything blurred together. The darkness bent around her. The trees felt like walls. No matter where she ran, she ended up back at the crypt. He was there, waiting. "You've been dead for a long time," he said, as flat and final as a closing door. But you couldn't accept it. I was sent to show you the way home. And suddenly it made sense. She remembered. The storm, the sound, the collapse, the night the house came down, and she never got out. She hadn't left, hadn't realized. The house held her, wrapped her in its silence like a web. He wasn't human. He was one of them. Those who come for the ones who stay too long. He didn't call to her. She'd been watching him every night. She called him. Lila stopped resisting. She stepped into the crypt, and as she crossed the threshold, the second date appeared on the stone. Now it was done. Complete. And the house she once lived in, finally, truly, was empty.